Hey guys, so before we get started, we're going to go ahead and fill out our Chapter 11 vocabulary. So make sure you have your vocabulary sheet out, okay? Now all of the vocabulary words are already filled out, so all you have to do is copy them. So if you want to go ahead and pause the video now and get some time to copy these down. So remember, you have to have the page number and the definition. Okay, so here is the front. Okay. And like I said, you can pause it. And then here is the back. Okay. And finally, the third page. Right there. Okay. So, you should have gotten this packet, okay? And there are 3 pages, and the first page we actually started in class yesterday, unless you were in my third block, so we didn't get a chance to go over it because of the road show. So we already did the first part together. I'm just going to go over it one more time for those of you that didn't get to see it. So remember, it says Joanne uses online banking and averages 30 transactions monthly. So we have 2 banks and we need to find which one's better. So for this one, she's going to pay $30 per month no matter what, because it says unlimited transactions and free online banking. Okay. Now for the National Bank, it says that you get 20 free transactions, and then after 20 you have to pay $1.50 for each one. So if she uses 30, then 30 minus 20, that means she has to pay for 10. Okay. So 10 times $1.50, that means I have to pay $15 for these 10 transactions. Plus, if she's going to use the online banking, then she also has to pay $20. So $15 plus the $20 is going to be a total of $35 per month. Okay. So for National Bank, she has to pay $35 per month, and then for Carolina Bank, she has to pay $30 per month. So Carolina Bank is $5 cheaper than National Bank. Okay. Now we did do number 1 together. So again, it says Joe is going to use online banking and he's going to have 25 transactions. So for this one, he's just going to pay $25. That's it. Now over here, it says you get 15 free, and then after 15, you have to pay 75 cents. So if he's going to use 25 minus 15, he has to pay for 10 of them. Okay? So 10 times 75 cents is going to be $7.50. So you also have to add the $15 for the online banking. So $15 plus the $7.50 for the transactions, he has to pay $22.50 for the American Bank. Okay? So the American Bank is cheaper than the Dakota Bank. Okay? Now you do have to do the rest by yourself. Okay, but I am going to help you with these right here. Okay, so it says Dion uses his credit card to pay for air conditioning and heating system. His bill lists the minimum monthly payment as $198. Okay, so he has to pay that back in 24 months. Okay, now if he only pays the minimum payment, how much money will he pay? So we're going to have to multiply $198 times the 24 months, okay? And that's going to give me $4,752, okay? Okay. Now, how long will it take him to pay off the $6,000? So I have to divide $6,000 divided by $198, and I'm going to get 30.30 repeated. So I'm going to go ahead and round that to 31 months. Okay. So he's going to have to pay interest on 7 months. Because here it says no interest for 24 months. So after the 24, he still has to pay interest, okay? And in 24 months, if he only pays $198, he's not going to pay off the $6,000, okay? He still has to pay off $6,000 minus $4,752. If I subtract that, I'm going to get $1,248 left over, okay? So he still has to pay this amount off. Alright, now for number 1, I'm just going to help you how to do it. I'm not actually going to show you, give you the answer. So, Ruth has to buy a hearing aid for $2,200, and he wants to know how much does she have to pay so that she can pay it off in 1 year. So basically you have to divide 2,200 divided by 12, and you should be able to get your answer. Excuse me. Okay. Number 2, it says she's also going to buy a wheelchair for $1,450, and she wants to pay that off in 6 months. So I have to divide 1,450 divided by 6, and you should be able to get your answer. Okay. For number 3, it says that the minimum payment is $72. Okay. And then it says Ruth will end up paying a total of $6,333. Okay. How much will she pay in interest? Okay. So if I have $6,333, okay. Now this is for the hearing aid. So I'm going to go over here, and remember the hearing aid is this much. So I'm going to subtract 2,200. And if you subtract that, you should be able to get your answer. Okay. Now over here, it says that she has a credit of $4,100. Okay. Then she's going to buy the hearing aid, so I have to subtract $2,200. Then after you subtract that, she also bought the wheelchair, so I have to subtract $1,450 from this, and then you should get your answer here. Okay. Now, over here on this side, number 5. So for this one, it says that he took out $1,800 from his credit card. So they're going to charge him the $1,800, obviously. Plus, they're also going to charge him the $6. Plus, they're also going to charge him a 3% interest. So I need to find that. So remember, I'm going to set up a proportion. 3% out of 100 equals, I have a total of 1,800 here. So you need to find the number that's missing here. So whatever number that's missing here, you have to add it here. Okay? Add that number, and then when you add this plus that, then you should get your answer here. Okay? For number 6, okay, you're looking for which one is true, and okay, so you have to look for, is it true or false? Okay, so read each one and you should be able to figure that out. For number 7, again, I'm looking for 18% of 250. So I'm going to set up my proportion, 18% out of 100. Now you're going to have to simplify, divide by something. You're going to get something here, and then you have to get to 250. So you have to find your answer here. This is the answer that you're looking for right here. Okay. Now for number 8, okay. It says that you have $200, but you have to pay $250, okay? So obviously you have $50 that you have not paid, that you don't have enough money for. So they're going to charge you $6 per day, and there's 5 days. So $6 times 5 is going to give me $30. So they're going to charge, you're going to owe the bank $30. Plus, you also owe them the extra $50 that you have here. Okay? So you're going to have $80 here. But then you're going to deposit the $100. So $100 minus this, and then you should get your answer. Okay, for number 9, okay, so you have to find the 16% of the total. So you need to add this first. Once you add that, then you have to set up your proportion. So 16% out of 100. Okay, so this is this. And again, you have to simplify, divide. You're going to get something here, and then you get this. So you're looking for this number right here. Okay? Simplify this fraction, then you get something here, then you find this. Okay? For number 10, again, you're looking for the one that is true. Okay? So look at the ones that are true and then pick that correct answer. Alright. The last page, this is your homework. So it says Serena got a free credit report online. Everyone is entitled to one every 12 months. She noticed the following information. What other information did Serena get on her credit report? How much money will pay off her loan? How long is the collection service retained on her report? How will the collection service item affect her credit report? Okay. So if you notice, she has to pay $62 times 22 months. So she has to owe them $1,364. Okay. Now, look, it's not going to come out until 2008 minus, it started at 2001. So that's 7 years. Okay. And this will be negative report. Okay. Because she obviously owes them money, so it's negative. Now, for number 1, you're looking for the one that shows the credit report for Serena. So if you look here, this is showing, okay, the adverse accounts. Okay. For number 2, it says how much interest will she have to pay. So you have to start with 1,364. Okay. And remember, she only owed, if you look up here, she only owed $285. So if you subtract that, then you should be able to get your answer. Now the last page. Okay. For this one, it says he borrowed $789 and he wants to pay it off in 4 months. So we have to divide 789 divided by 4. And you should be able to get your answer there. For number 4, okay, if you look at this, this is all in good standing because everything is good. He's paid everything off correctly. Alright, number 5, you have to start with the original balance, which is $1,750, okay, and then we want to know how much he's already paid off so far. So we're going to subtract 4,575 cents. So don't forget to line up your decimal place values. Okay, so you need to subtract that and get your answer. And then for number 6, this one's actually a couple of steps. So first you have to find out how many months, because this is 15 years, but you need to change it to months. So 15 times 12 is going to give me 180. Okay. Then I need to multiply 99.44 times 180. Okay, so I multiply that, and then whatever I get here, you have to subtract the 17,500, and then you should be able to get your answer down here. Now remember, you have F, H, and then up here is G and J, so you can also pick these up here, don't forget that. Okay, now number 7 is a little bit odd, so I'm just going to give you the answer for that one. The numbers are all messed up, okay, so don't worry about that. And then number 8, again, if it starts in 2010 and it ends in 2003, you have to subtract that and you should get your answer. And number 9, again, this is the adverse accounts, okay? And finally, number 10, you have to divide 1,540 divided by 385, and you should get your answer there, okay? So please make sure you show all your work and bring it tomorrow.